This is a very important sign near the nightclub in Anxi Town. If you drive a car, don't drink alcohol. And if you drank alcohol, don't drive a car. And the club's name is Kuchi. True story. Hello, dear friends. Today we're in Anxi. We're in the hotel in Anxi and we're tasting tea. Actually, we were tasting tea yesterday. Maxim is also here, our administrator of the tea club on the Chisti Pruda, our flagship club. Today we're tasting different types of oolongs from Anxi, Tieguanyin and its various friends. We'll start with a very unusual tea which is absolutely exclusive. We tasted it last night when we came here late, but yesterday we were too exhausted and forgot somehow to turn on the camera. Well, we thought we'd better do it because it had a strange taste. Today we decided to reaffirm our strange feelings from this tea, that one local salesman sells as ancient Tieguanyin, Lao Cha. But indeed it is a tea that was fermented like shu. Anyway, we want to understand whether it really was so cool as it seemed to us yesterday. Maybe because we didn't drink shu for a long time and it was our joy at finding it in Fujian, we joked. We came here, the three of us, me, Max and Nastya. Nastya likes shu a lot. I think everybody does. Do you like shu? But Nastya likes it very much. And she said, I didn't taste shu on this trip, to see if there's a possibility to live without shu. Nastya is behind the camera, and she says hi. So we found it quite by chance. The other young people behind the camera are two great men from the Chinese province of Fujian. They brought us this tea, and we were struck. Pretty good. Yesterday it was stronger because I put 3 times more. Today I just remembered that we didn't sleep till 3 a.m. and now it's morning. I didn't sleep for another 2 hours. We were walking around the town all night yesterday. I find it quite good, though I brewed it delicately. But all the notes are the same, the aroma. Worthy, yeah. What did I want to catch? I wanted to catch the hints of that very oolong that it was once. There is something, isn't there? Little. A little. But it differs from shu 100%, don't you agree? You can think of it as an unusual shu, not as an unusual oolong. I can't perceive it as an oolong really. But I was surprised by its appearance. It doesn't look like shu. It has the leaf. Where is it? So in our collection we'll have a very little of the exclusive special tea called Tieguanyin puer. Puer made of Tieguanyin. There are no wonders when you consider that you saw everything in the tea world and the world of unusual sorts of tea. You can always find something that will impress you. For example, on the second day of this trip, I was very impressed. Max was impressed too, right? At what Dima advised us to try. Dima said to us to bring Gaba Da Hong Pao, right? Yeah, Gaba Da Hong Pao and Gaba Tieguanyin. Gaba Shu Tieguanyin, our next step. We joked yesterday that it would be nice to add Gaba to this tea. Gaba Shu Tieguanyin. Maybe next year we'll move in that direction. To Gaba Shu Tieguanyin, prepared as a sort of Da Hong Pao. And Sheng. Sheng, exactly. Sheng Gaba Tieguanyin Da Hong Pao. Our Chinese friends are laughing behind the camera. I think it's good, but we'll let it go. Many people will like this puer, I believe. It has a soft and pleasant feeling and taste, doesn't it? After relaxing, we'll now drink the most extraordinary tea of this year. And we're having a discussion with our friend who helped us to collect all this. Because we only have one day in Anxi to drive around, visit a lot of farmers that I do from time to time. I didn't have a lot of time for it. I asked my friend. This friend is very interesting. We ran a project here, a production of Gaba. He supplies the machine tools. Who uncovers the trade secrets of the century best of all? Who knows best where the various teas are produced and how they're produced? The people who supply these producers with the machine tools. Indeed, he knows an enormous number of farmers. Yesterday he bought us a large amount of very cheap Tieguanyin, which was impossible to drink. We chose 3 satisfying sorts from about 15, but we're not sure that we'll work with them. For a very long time we were supplied with Tieguanyin by our friend from Zhiping village. Then about 2 years ago, thanks to our administrator in St. Petersburg, Volodya Bolshikov, bothering me for a long time, Sergey, what's up? Where's Tieguanyin? And when will it come? Why don't we still have it? Then we had a big trip into the south of Fujian and started to enlarge our range of South Fujian oolongs. As you can see, it's one of the richest now if we compare it to the other types. There's always room for improvement, so we're constantly looking for something else. Everybody in China says now that for a number of years Tieguanyin got worse, and few people drink it. That in the country people prefer the other teas and so on. And this reflects on the economic condition of the 2 neighbouring counties. There's the county of Dehua, which is near Anxi, where porcelain is produced, and everything is very enthusiastic there. New markets are constructed, new factories, all is actively developing, because the porcelain is needed everywhere, regardless of what tea you drink, or even not tea, or even a drink. Everything from bathroom tiles to plates in restaurants, they produce it all. Tieguanyin was a popular tea for a long time, but at some moment an overproduction crisis happened, because in Anxi, where we are now, in the south of Fujian Province, the local tea production involves about 1 million people, tens of thousands of factories, large, middle and small, all kinds. And at some moment overproduction happened. They were really making too much tea, and this influenced the demand. Rumours began going around that the tea was enormously fertilized. Indeed, the mass tea is richly fertilized. Thank goodness we don't buy such tea. So it's a little sad now. But for those who don't grow the tea but sell it, it's not so sad. People here are happy to see new guests and clients, as everywhere in China generally, and especially here. So we're drinking Iron Guanyin. If anybody met this video by chance and didn't see my other videos, I'll talk briefly about the tea Tieguanyin. It's a half-fermented oolong. It's certainly one of the top 3 most famous Chinese teas. And I consider top 2 of the most famous Fujian Province. Despite everything, it is still an extremely popular drink. Millions of locals drink it. So it still deserves a lot of attention, of course. Just it boomed some time ago. It resonated across China, and then it calmed down. Which ones did you like? 1 minute, I didn't try this one. At least all of them are drinkable. They have this great quality. Where's my marker? I put it somewhere. The first 4 teas, in total we have only 9. I didn't get much from the first steeping. We'll make the second one now. Third, I mean. Traditionally we don't drink the first steeping. I like this one. This is not bad too, but I like that one more. We need one more steeping. This is our touristic spot for tastings. Yesterday we dropped by Dehua and bought the teaware, so now we're testing the new teapots that we'll have as examples. We sent many goods because the holidays are coming up. It's not deep. There's practically no aroma in the cup. All the ware is porcelain, if I'm not mistaken. The fourth one, I guess I'm not hallucinating, is empty. These 2, I think there's no point to continue with the first and the fourth. Evidently they can't give us wonders. Yeah, I noticed this one at the beginning with a question mark. It's not ideal, not perfect. Just if to compare it to the 3 other ones, the 3 teas are unfit. They can have the rest. And we'll look at this one. Can you unload the teapots while I'm preparing the next tea? We start our big standard trip across the People's Republic of China, looking for drinkable teas. We do the important work for you. This is truly the main part of our work, because it takes much time. First of all, we tried 9 sorts today, 15 sorts yesterday. From amongst them all, we'll have maybe 3 or 4 in our assortment. And this proportion isn't stable. In some places, tea is better or undrinkable. I should say that the percentage of teas you don't want to drink is high in Anxi. I remember when we came here for the first time, we also drank many sorts, entered many shops. It was unbearable, the trash. The teapots are fantastic, by the way, very good. They proved themselves now in the tea party. We made friends with the factory. I'd like to take this opportunity to tell you about the curious porcelain made in Dehua, which is called Bai Tau white porcelain. It's close to ivory. So I'm not sure they would call it ivory, they have a different name for it. But the point is that this raw material costs 10 times more than ordinary porcelain, which costs 2,000 yuan per ton. This one is about 20,000. The difference is striking. Consequently, the ware can be made 5 or 6 times more expensive than the ordinary cups and teapots. It's very dense, and the colour is matte. And Maxim chose a teapot that we decided to pick as an example. This teapot is pretty good. This is a new type. What the eyes fear, the hands do. Every time when you start this all, it scares you, so many samples. This is already something like tea. Anyway, it seems that considering the price for the tea we're drinking, now we'll go to another steady supplier. I believe in him 100%. I don't think we'll find anything here, but we'll note that such teas exist. Though in general these ones are not bad. What do you think? Second? Yeah, a nice one. The Guy one is very cool, just awesome. This one is not so good.
No, I don't know.
Here the aroma is good. It is not because of the price. Of course we'll steep them once more. But strangely they're as empty as some of the teas yesterday, that were from a different category. Because we're drinking now what is considered top of the line here. I'm really surprised, honestly. It has a very pleasant aroma. I want to call it good tea. It is good. I'll draw a plus sign and a small question mark, or better, a big one. No, I put a big mark. We can... No, this is absolutely empty. We can skip it. We don't need to suffer anymore. We can trash them. We have the last one, and now we can compare. We've the one chosen from the first batch. These two, we'll continue with them, and we'll add... We let go of this. Trash it, please. From yesterday. No, from today's first batch. And the last one that we didn't drink, that is considered the most expensive. We're going to compare the last 4. The Chinese cookies are successful. I'm trolling the Chinese. These cookies have so rich an aftertaste, so sweet, the flowery aroma, the fragrance of pastry. Now we'll drink all that seem drinkable to us. And compare it to the 4th one they classify as the top tea, the best. So I taught our friend how to use a thermos at last. He started pouring water from the kettle to the thermos and giving me the thermos with water, and then we brew the tea. This procedure was not so evident for the Chinese. Yesterday he shelved the thermos, gave me a kettle, and said that the water isn't so hot in a thermos. But we would have to wait for the kettle to boil every time. Let's go. In China there are competitions that are called in some regions Dusha, in Fujian, for example, or tea competitions in Taiwan, various contests called bizai. Right now we're having a small bizai office, because we saved about 3 days by drinking in total 15 plus 9. How much is that? Tea from 26 different farmers. I've got a picture of how Tieguanyin evolved. In this year we sell the fresh Tieguanyin surely, because we co-work with a few farmers for a few years, from whom I receive the samples by express delivery. As I already said, for not to miss out what's going on in the tea world, we drink what the market offers. In most cases, I simply make sure that our Tieguanyin is very good. We have pretty good Tieguanyin in general, if comparing it to what we're drinking now. I have that impression. It is the most fragrant. This is the one with the question mark, surprisingly. Ah, they changed places. Yeah. I'm curious whether their taste changed. We masterfully don't hit the teapots, like getting past each other on a narrow mountain road. Probably I'm having an olfactory hallucination, but the most expensive is absolutely empty. And this one, it's new. We didn't try it. Tieguanyin, iron Tieguanyin, with the fragrance of a cookie. They all have that cookie fragrance. I don't feel it now. Get me a glass of usual water, please. Max does a very good thing. He constantly drinks some water. This is necessary to clear the taste of the tea. But being a big tea guru, I don't need to do this. But I train myself that I don't really need it sometimes. Yeah, let's start with it. Just clear water. And he even looks like rubbish. I don't understand, it has nothing, just as empty as water. Well, this is the one that we liked. We said it's the only drinkable one. The last one is good, soft and sweet. I like these three that I like. It's the coolest. These two are drinkable. From all the 4 teas, I would choose it. It's notably cheaper, so it's different. I think we'll steep it for one last time. I'm so glad, sincerely glad. Why? If you drink 15 teas and all of them are cool, then you have to buy all of them. Not all, but a number. Here it's simpler. Everything is just trash, if calling things by their right names. From all the sorts we drank, it's possible to drink 2. 2 sorts, apart from the first tea that was first. This is a different story. The 4th one was pretty good too. We chose these teas. We already considered them worthy teas, partially. Honestly speaking, even our favourite is not that great. I'll probably write it near one more question mark. 3 marks. 2 here and 1 here. So sad. I don't understand why it is, by the way. It costs the most. The guy said that the price is twice as higher than our price for Nongjiang. That's very odd. I said now that we'll go to the trusted person in the village. Compare his teas to this, just to learn about the world around us. Well, our good morning began, and we decided not to wait any longer for our lost luggage. We're heading to Dehua. Today we'll drop by one more factory producing the porcelain teapots. It's for a corporate order. We'll check the batch, the porcelain, and we'll inspect the factory. Probably then we'll come by a few showrooms to look at ceramics, and maybe in the evening we'll return to Xiamen, or not. so we continue our Fujian trip. I often came here the last time because that many of our necessities are gathered here. But what's important is that we decided to go to Guangdong after that, to the north, because the fresh dangkongs appeared. So we have a lot to do. Now we're heading to Dehua. The weather is fine and sunny, 25 degrees Celsius. I hope we have a nice trip. Well, we wanted to eat, and as usual we found a traditional Chinese cafe that I like very much. The fridge is outside. We ordered, chose what to prepare and how, the proportions, how salty and spicy it should be. They fry it right here. The owner is cooking. I'm very used to this kind of scene. This is the first time these guys have seen it. I'm showing it them. And what's the most important here? The most important is that tea is everywhere, and these famous Fujian tea trays are put everywhere. The iron tea trays, cups, are gaiwan. These people don't deal with tea, but tea is the main dish. When they don't have any guests, a tea party is the best thing to do. We reached the factory in Dehua. A batch of teapots is ready for our corporate client. We're walking around checking the lids. In this factory, the kiln is made originally in the shape of a circle. On one side it gets loaded and unloaded on the other side. This is loading and unloading, and it goes in a circle. The endless constant firing cycle, and it slowly moves. This is the temperature setting. Here they glaze the ware. Huge shop. Many times we saw this at other factories, but here there are special micro nuances. This factory is bigger. They produce a lot of stuff for Europe, for Japan. And as we look beyond our homely Russian tea world, we explore the new factories with the different assortments. So we'll take a tour here. I'll show you what it looks like. And probably we'll order something as well. Another kiln too, a large linear kiln. In the first one they fire the small ware, and they fire the big ware here. It's night, and we're tasting Gaba tea. Gaba tea originated in Fujian. We're washing the tea, and it's a bit Spartan, in the teaware made in Dehua. Maybe you can't hear me so well, I'm sorry. It's night, and all of us are a little tired, but we want to drink tea. It's night, and we're washing the teas. This is shu made of Tieguanyin we're tasting. Gaba Tieguanyin, shu Tieguanyin. And Tieguanyin shu puer. It's just crazy. Check out Tieguanyin and shu puer in one tea. Really. You can travel in China all your damn life, and you'll always find something new. This night is pleasant for us. It's because we're getting close to Anxi. Today we drove for many miles, from Xiamen to Dehua and came back to Xiamen, because our suitcases arrived at last. The most interesting thing is that the batteries they found in the suitcase they didn't remove. They left them inside. The danger turned out to be not so dangerous. Either they took pity on me or they took something else. Anyway, I found everything I put there. And tonight our friends have to visit us, with whom we do an interesting experimental project. We will drink Gaba tea from Fujian. As you already saw probably, our assortment includes red Fujian Gaba. And now we'll taste a few oolongs and a fresh Tieguanyin, of course, that we already received. But we can find something else. My driver speaks a dialect, who understands. You can listen, it's really peculiar. Well, our day finished at 3:30 this morning, or has not finished yet. After about 15 different sorts of tea, we walked around Anxi, bought a lot of strange Chinese stuff, a review, Misia Ha jackfruit chips, durian chips, quite good chips, 12 yuan, 120 rubles. Quite good stuff, right? The second is the classic coconut drink. I think everybody knows it who was once in China. The fruit leather is nice too, rather good. The soy goodies. Food review, unboxing. Yeah, tomorrow we'll stay for some time here in Anxi, but not long. The coolest thing is now we walked around the settlement. Usually there's nobody here at this time, and still nobody. The absolute quietness, beauty, super safety. China is the safest country in the world, in my humble opinion. Especially the small towns. Maybe it's bad somewhere in Shanghai, but we walked there in the night time too. We sat near the bistro. Here we have a luxury VIP chair. I have a similar one. That's the way this strange day finished. We'll go to the mountains tomorrow. Goodbye.